Hey everyone, welcome back to season 2 of whatever this is I'm doing. Um, let's kind of get rolling. We've got some squash here from a friend at work. Not really sure what kind of squash. Got 2 of them. And I think this one has put out a flower already, but didn't get pollinated because it only set out one, and I think it was actually a male flower. This one looks like it's getting ready. Yeah, this one's got a few getting ready too. Anyway, put those in some containers. You'll see soon why. I've got a bunch of cabbages in containers here, different varieties. This is like a early Jersey Wakefield. This is Earliana. This one is Purple Savoy. And then I've got All Season. And then I've got a couple ground cherries. I learned from last year I didn't want to put these in the main garden. So I've got Aunt Molly and pineapple, which I think are the same two I grew last year. I've prepared for them to get pretty big. Got big hoop supports on them. Sorry to say, the horseradish planter, I think either the horseradish died due to the extreme cold we had this winter, which I didn't think would kill horseradish, but we saw 25 below for quite a while this winter, and maybe just the small size of the container allowed it to freeze out. It looked like it was going to come back when we had our first thaw, but then when we had another frost come through, it seemed to kill it. The new growth basically stalled and dried out. It could also be this container I found, the holes in the bottom had gotten plugged and it was retaining water, so maybe they drowned. But yeah, again, tradition of easy things that you can't get rid of, somehow I kill. Otherwise, we've just got a bunch of old pots from last year that the chamomile's kind of taken over, and a couple fallow containers that I'm tempted to leave fallow if I'm not going to use them. We'll see if that can help recondition the soil. Otherwise, we got a smaller pool, much easier to manage. The Chicago Hardy fig did not make it, but the rose did. So kind of sad story here. I reached out to Stark Brothers, the ones who sold me this fig, because they have a 1-year guarantee on all their plants, and Stark is ghosting me. I've emailed them 4 times over the past 3 weeks, and they have not responded. And it doesn't look like I'm the only one, so I can no longer recommend Stark. Something's happened over there. As of May this year, it seems like they're stiffing a bunch of customers and just ghosting them. So beware. Got a red pear tomato that I just replanted today because squirrels destroyed it. Got the yellow pear, and then I've got the cherry baby. And then, did I forget to label this one? Oh man, why do I do this to myself? Or did something take the label? Well, anyway, I'm not really sure what this is. I guess we'll find out later in the season. Good job, me. I got a row of potatoes here. I'm not gonna dig through them to get the labels, but you can see these are just absolutely gonzo. So a lot of these are in the smaller 5-gallon fabric bags. Actually, I can see a tag here. So this is Kennebec potato. It should be done in August. I don't think there's any chance of me getting to the labels in here. Well, red Pontiac, red Pontiac. And I've got a second type in here too. I think it was a like classic russet. Anyway, so yeah, a bunch of these 5-gallon pails, just because I didn't have space. And then I've got this big 20-gallon that I've got the 2 other varieties in. I tried to group them by harvest time so I don't disturb them too much. I got new, this is a Birdie's small, tall bed, as they call it. I have it configured in the 4 foot by 3 foot, which meshes up real nice with cattle panels. I've got sage in here, marjoram, thyme. I've got some rosemary. I've got other types of sage. This is a broadleaf sage, and this is Salvia officinalis, the standard sage. I've got dill in here, which is showing a really peculiar growth habit. I'm not really sure what's going on there, if that's pests or not. It looks like pests. Fantastic. Celery. Got a few different types of celery in here. These are pawpaw trees from Tennessee nurseries. They're not dry enough to be considered dead, but I'm pretty sure these aren't going to do anything. First time I've used them, I was just desperate to find pawpaw. Don't know if I can recommend them. We'll see. Got some fruit bowl yarrow flowers. I've got gingerberry in here that hasn't come up. We've got asparagus. This is Mary Washington asparagus all through the bed. I've got the cucumbers, tender green, Poinsett 76. What's this other one? Pickle bushel and honey plus. Cucumbers aren't doing great because weather's been abnormally cool. And then I've got Roselle hibiscus, which is also known as Asian sour leaf. Got a couple of those in here. Trying that out this year, see what that's like. And then some lemongrass that my friend at work gave me. And then onto the main beds here. I've got quite a bit in here, just my style. Plant too much. I've got 4 varieties of onion. Let's see here. Got red Geneva, potato onion, white, sweet Spanish. Yeah, white sweet Spanish. And then there's another one in here. The wind just came through and knocked all these over. See if they recover. I've got a few garlic in here that made it through the winter. Unfortunately, I lost a lot of garlic over the winter. So they're starting to put out scapes. They're hardneck. I only plant hardneck because I like the scapes, and I just like hardneck varieties. You can see I've got some celery stashed in there. I've got a jack-o'-lantern pumpkin tucked over here. We've got a bunch of tomatoes in here. This is Rutgers. This is semi-determinate. We've got champagne bubbles, prairie fire, and then at the end I've got a tomatillo. Is it a purple tomatillo right here? And then what's this guy? Is that? Black vernissage tomato. Looks like I have some work to tuck that up against the cattle panel there. We've got alpaca tomato and New York tomato. This alpaca, alpaca's indeterminate, so it'll probably get huge. These are going to be mistakes later. stay tuned for me struggling with those getting too big. We've got Flame Star cauliflower here. That's that yellow cauliflower variety. We really like that. We've got some marigolds tucked in there just to help kind of keep, myth has it, they help control nematodes like root knot nematode. So I tend to plant them all the time. This is Sun King broccoli over here. Some of the stuff got into the bed real late in the season. We've got shishito pepper, and we've already got our first pepper on there. I've got the Big Jim, which is like a bell pepper variety, and then I've got what I call Cal's pepper, which is a bell pepper that my friend at work gave me. A different friend than the squash and others. Another Sun King broccoli. This is a pepper. Habanada. It's supposed to be habanero, but not spicy. It looks like something's getting at it. I'm not really sure what. We've got the Gran Verde tomatillo here. Getting pretty big. Midnight snack tomato. I love that. Got aji mango pepper. And then, what's this guy? Lemon drop pepper. This one right here. This is a Rose de Berne tomato here. Should probably get it up there a little. And this is the Veranda Red, that tiny little tomato from last year that we really liked. This is the purple cauliflower that produces the purple florets. We've got our elderberry in here that I still have to find a spot to transplant it out. Looks like it's actually going to fruit this year. That'll be cool. You can see I got more celeries tucked in there. I think these are the green gem Brussels sprouts. I didn't label them. Oh, that's my bad. I've got a variety of lettuces here, and this is red romaine, iceberg. Got some spinach. This is space hybrid spinach. I've got freckles, romaine, and Hanson improved crisp head. Squirrels dug this all up pretty early in the season, so it's kind of a mess. Another Desico broccoli. We got basil over here, cardinal basil. Another purple cauliflower. We've got a pepper I overwintered. I think this is orange scotch bonnet. I'm not really sure. First time I overwintered a pepper. I don't know how I feel about that. We'll see. We got some kind of, we have a pest in here. I think it's a worm that makes that foam. I'll have to look it up. I'm trying to remember what that was. That's a signature thing though, if I remember right. That's a datil pepper. Oh man, am I gonna have another season where I don't have any production on datil? Or datil, or however you pronounce it. Floridians know it better than I do. You'll notice I also have some strawberries kind of tucked in here every now and then. All the strawberries died after last season. I think that was actually rabbits. We'll see. It could just be me. Got sunrise bumblebee tomato, and this one got buried by leaves. I can't actually find the label. Here we are. Oh, that's the pineapple tomato. We got, here's some strawberry. Yellow oxheart. Let's see if that suffers the blossom end rot again this year. Got the Mad Hatter pepper. This is going to get giant. It's going to shade out this whole area. so I kind of put it towards the back of the bed, the north side. Got some Genovese basil. I think these are the Brussels sprouts. So we'll figure it out later, I guess. I got one of our maple trees, Bob Ross. He's produced an incredible amount of seedlings this year that just are ending up everywhere. Let's see what else we got. Pecino, red pepper, Thai chili pepper, more celeries, tam jalapeno, and remember last year I was trying to get the horseradish to stop popping up in this bed? It looks like it actually managed to survive. So in this case, that's going to be great. I'm going to let that get stronger and then try to propagate it. Got an emerald bell pepper right there. We have another tomato. This is solar flare tomato. Trying a new Zigbee moisture sensor from Third Reality this year. We'll see how that goes. Maybe I'll do a technical dive video on that. I think these are radish and icicle radish. Yeah, white icicle radish. It's like a daikon variety. We've got some beets, 4 clusters of beets in here. And then we've got carrots. This is oxheart carrot. Funny. Black nebula carrot. These got all dug up by squirrels early on, but I'll take what I can get. I'm going to do succession sowing soon. Atomic red carrot. I've got some more cucumbers over here, fresh pickles. Ashley. I've got another jack-o'-lantern pumpkin. I'm going to take this net off soon. It's getting too big. Got a scotch bonnet. A volunteer or a weed here. Get rid of that. Let's see, more strawberry. This is the yellow Pecino pepper. Got lemon basil, another Desico broccoli. This is black seaman tomato. Look at the leaves on this. Different. Very interesting. And then we've got the Chupande Malanaco tomatillo that produces those kind of pear-shaped yellow tomatillos. This is I don't even know how you say that. Hanoi, whatever. That kind of strawberry. Got Fresno chili. I think that just about does it here. We've got the plum, which now that I take a closer look at, is being attacked by something. Alright. Looks like I have some work to do there. That'll be interesting. I noticed something like this on the cherry at the front too. Alright, I got research to do. And then we've got the peach. It seems pretty healthy. I don't see any evidence of fruit set. I wouldn't really be mad if it didn't set any this year, because I think it needs a year off to kind of recuperate. So the Itasca grape that we had here, it started to leaf out, and then it's suffering. I'm not really sure what's going on there. I tried feeding it, seeing if that would help. Nothing. Oh, there's a bunny. Hey, Ben. Are you okay? Alright. Well, I'm gonna have to come back and check on that. More maples. Put rhubarb in here. and some new asparagus, hoping that they'll carry through. The grape over here died as well, so yay. I've got a new Himrad white seedless grape. This is from M.I. Gardner in Michigan. It's looking pretty good. This is a stark replacement for that methyl plum that died last year. It seems to be doing all right. I'm going to put that in the ground soon. And then I got one of these tent-style greenhouses for free from a friend. Put my figs and a lot of stuff from the porch garden that I don't really need to have in there out here, along with all the extra plants that just can't make it into the garden or haven't made it in yet. Just overflowing with stuff. But that's my thing. And then we've got bitter melon, cantaloupe. It's seed collected from 2023's cantaloupe harvest. And then pumpkin, seed collected from our 2023 pumpkin. And then silver Yamato watermelon, red and gold watermelon, Cherokee bush pumpkin. I just planted these out yesterday, actually. And then orange flesh honeydew, honey rock cantaloupe, and winter luxury pumpkin. Alright, and then is there anything else back here? Oh, the what am I thinking of? That tree I have back by the garage. Oh, come on, persimmon. The persimmon I planted out last year failed to take. That's one I contacted Stark about, and they're ghosting me on as well. The blackberry got pretty stunted, but it's starting to come back. The mulberry is doing well. That's one of those volunteer mulberries. The gooseberries set fruit. Raspberry is attempting to set fruit. And then we lost one of the blueberry plants. I think this got damaged by rabbits and just couldn't come back. And then the other one's still kicking, but I think I'm going to transplant it into a different area, try and control the soil a little better. The stump for our old Autumn Blaze maple's finally out. Thank you to my stepfather Don. The cherry tree, this is the Romeo cherry tree, set fruit. They are extremely small, but I'm just happy it's fruiting. So it looks like it has a similar infestation as the plum in the other part of the yard. A lot of the fruits are starting to look diseased. Some are aborting. Yeah. So, with the ants present, I think that's aphid, but I didn't think aphids were that dark in color. And then, of course, we've got the kiwi berries, the goji berry. Planted some sunflowers and beans out here. We've got the currants. We lost the white currant on the other side of the yard over the winter, but the champagne and red here, this is champagne, that one's red, seem to be all right. This is where I think I'm going to plant that plum tree, that methyl plum. And I finally put some irrigation out here to help control the performance of those plants. And yeah, that's really it. So hope you're in for another year of rambling garden tours. Keep you up to speed on what's happening in my area of the Twin Cities. Hope you all have had a great year so far, and talk to you soon.